I'm gonna mess up. Hold on. I'll figure this out. It just wants to be goofy again. Okay. Just trying to find something to sit proper. So it will sit proper. Oh, and not blind people. And we're going to move this so it doesn't blind people. Okay, hopefully that's not blinding anybody. My sweater off. It was my mom's sweater. And it's nice to have something to remind me of her that I could wear. Today, I just thought we would go over some things that I do, and if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer, like always. It can be shared, you know. I'm going to be a pain in my honey's behind, I guess. But it's okay. So, somebody messed up my signs. They were really rude. So, we are going to be doing... Oh, wow, that's interesting. We are going to be, at some point, probably Tuesday, I will be putting out a tutorial on how to make signs at home. And as you can see, these are just... Let's find one that didn't get a little roughed up on the edge. The yellow is good because they're very bright. People see them. Hello. And they're already a little stiffer. So it does not take much to... sorry. It does not take much to make it a little stiffer and make it actually a more permanent sign. So I'm going to teach y'all, show y'all a little step-by-step of how to do that Tuesday. And they are definitely a good color. And I'm going to be making 2 signs. One to put in one side of my yard, facing that way. And the other one will be to put on my mailbox because I have one that's beat up now from just probably some teenagers that had a little too much free time on their hands. So I'm just going to make them a little tougher, and I'll show you how to do that. And I'm actually going to be showing you a cool trick with wood glue and the paper. And I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to show you a ratio between water and this. And you definitely want whatever you're doing to absorb into the paper board. And you can do it with cardboard too. It's how I actually get these made, and I've already showed people before. These are water resistant. This one's mine. I don't know how it fits into that somewhere else, but they're very handy little containers. And I'm actually probably going to make a few that are pretty plain and feed them at some point, so that should be fun. Let's see what else. I think I've already went over some of the tricks of the trade with some of my favorite beading tools. Obviously, with needles. Like I've said this a million times. My honey ordered these ones when I usually use ones that are like this and really, really tiny. So I'm getting used to using these, but you can't do the weaving with the tinier beads. I'm gonna show you what I mean. I'm gonna pick up one. And then I'm gonna pick up another one that's a larger bead. And the thing is, we put them closer together. There's actually quite a bit of difference between the little one and the tiny one that's sitting by it. These ones, I can usually get a string through it twice on this with the string through it, but no more than that. So we definitely go for a smaller needle. And that one, I don't know, maybe this is the best way to show y'all, because I'm gonna put, okay, let's see, no, I don't know, maybe, here, yes, probably. I put the little blue bead between a green bead and that is the normal, it's a normal size, I can't remember the size off the top of my head, because I've spent so long using tiny beads. But we're gonna see. Okay, if I can get this right. Okay, there we go. This is the mess that I am trying to fix. And you can see the difference between the sizes of beads, even on the board that I am. That I just spilt some. Whoops. Good thing was, it was already some that I had separated, so they didn't go everywhere. There was just a few, and I can get those up just fine. And see, most of the ones already were in the things with the lids. I'm gonna throw them everywhere apparently, but normally I would have done this on Facebook, but I am trying to put more of my work on here, so slow but steady, you know? So there's that. It would be if I knew where my tool was. I asked my daughter to straighten up my desk a little bit. Found my tool. It's my handy dandy tool. This is one of the awesomest things. You can actually get them at Walmart. They have these little black cases that have they'll have a bead reamer in them. I have to find my bead reamer because I do have some beads and I can show you how to make the holes a little bigger. You can't do it in all beads, and you definitely don't want to do it with a silver lined bead, but for wooden beads and stone beads, if there's something a little off, they work beautifully. I wouldn't recommend trying them on little tiny glass beads though. I just recommend with the little tiny glass beads, patience. I mean, you literally end up, depending on what you enjoy doing, I suppose is the thing. Like I said, I am known to weave tiny beads. I enjoy it. But I'll also strand larger beads, like stone beads. And I know I've showed y'all the multiplicity of seed beads. And even in this, you can tell there's a lot of them. I have a lot more that aren't scattered and disasterized, which I polish them, separate them, polish them a little more if they need it, until they're sparkly and good to go. But organizing like this, eventually things like this will all turn into stacks like these, and the white stacks with the drawers, because honestly they will take up less room and they're stackable, so I can organize it and it won't be so cumbersome. So you have beads everywhere. I mean, I take my beading seriously after all. It can be very frustrating sometimes to try to find things if you don't have a good organizational thing, which this has been taking a long time to get everything organized, but eventually, fingers crossed, I'll be getting back to doing my shed. And when I have the money, putting a little AC in the window and getting a little space heater for when it's cool, and I'll be able to lock the world out and hope everything stays together. And it'll be easier to talk to clients too, face to face. As you can hear, I have a little chuckler in there. He's 8, and he doesn't understand as much as he wants to be a ham and introduce himself to everybody. Mommy doesn't want that for him, and neither does his daddy, so you do what you can to protect your children in this day and age. But it's definitely no secret that I'm a mom. I'm a mom. Proud to be a mom. Even when they get wild and crazy. Apparently he's really excited right now. So I'm definitely probably not going to be on long, but this will get put up on YouTube so that people can watch it. Pretty much an introduction to some of the things I use. Like I said, I paint, I create little containers. It's a really, really, really hardcore paper mache, which most everybody who's seen me do it or knows exactly what it is, because I have given so many people personal little examples and showing them what is up with them. I'm super proud of my paper mache. And yeah, I'm definitely going to get into a class about that, or, a how-to video. If you see this, and please go look at some of my other videos, my longer form videos. My first video, I'm making a bookmark out of beads. You can do all kinds of things. I mean, beads are not just to make pretty jewelry. You can do a lot of really cool things. You can make designs, like the flower one I'm making. And there's a video on how to do the majority of the work, and I do explain. But you can actually take things like this. The top is right there, yes. It's not, oh, hold on. It would be smart to untangle it. But you can take things like this, and you can make them into bezels, like beaded bezels, and make the charms out of them. You can not go a third tier. I was just showing how to get that. Um, when I do things like this, it's very rarely this big for anything but maybe an earring. And if I do decide to create another one, and I'll do it with y'all too. I'll do it fully with y'all, and then we'll put streamers on them. There is two different ways of doing the streamers, and if you have some beads that have a smaller hole and you didn't realize it, and you can't get your needle through again, I was using the bigger needle for that. I'll be switching to my small needle when I start to streamer it because it will go through. But if you're having issues and you're using a bigger needle, um, my recommendation is 12 gauge if you can get the thread through. And I think I've already can't say this enough. When you have this, it's fire line. Now this one's the spider line. Excuse me. But that string is not a monofilament. It's several little tiny strands that are braided up, so it's easier to flatten the top. Let's see. We're gonna see if I can do this and it shows. I'm sorry about my nails getting in the way. I usually keep them pretty short, but somebody hid my file on me. And I don't cut my nails because my nails are really hard, and cutting them tends to pull on my fingers and it doesn't feel good. So I got claws in the way of everything these days. When I find my file, and I can't use just any file. The last time I got tired of it, I just ended up filing them with one of my little rasps in my tool bag. I'm like, let's see if this works. And it does on my nails. It doesn't tear them up. They're really hard. And they can get really sharp if I leave them to their own devices. And I try not to keep them too. They're strong, what can I say? I have very healthy nails. And they do get in the way. This was the last one that broke. And I filed the thumb off with my husband's file, and that took forever. And I decided I needed to find mine. I did have a very old file. It was my grandmother's file. And I'm just not sure where it's at anymore. I had it for so long because my nails have always been like this, and my mom gave it to me. And she was like, I think your grandmother would have liked you to have this. My mom gave me a lot of little trinkets from my grandmother. I didn't know her. She passed 4 years before I was born. And I am the one who looks like her. So my mom thought it would be nice if I had some things to remember where I came from, even though I didn't meet her, which was really cool because in a family full of, sometimes it's okay. You just need a little liquid to make, so you don't, listen, if you don't dampen, I'm not saying soak it, but dampen the top. If you keep pulling like that, you're going to cause friction. And let me tell you something. If you cause too much friction, you can cut yourself. I mean, my husband has seen me do it on more than one occasion because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing or I pulled too tight. They do make protectors for your fingers, and I suggest maybe getting one, and if you're planning on doing weaving of any kind of beads for by that I mean whether it's for jewelry or objects or regalia or just design, cool headdress or whatever, you don't want to hurt your fingers. And this stuff does not like to break, so it makes strong pieces, but it also means it can cut you like a paper cut. And sometimes I don't even notice. Oh, yeah. I got myself with my own nail trying to straighten it out. Um, but no, you really can't tell. I did flatten the tip. So not as much as I normally do, but at the top, it is flattened more. And I'm going to show you why this is so important. Sorry about that. Um, I know I've done this before, but haha. This one has been used before, as you can see, and it's very, very small in comparison. You can see this one. This one's almost invisible. So, you want to be able to, hold on. I was looking for something. Oh well, not important right now, I guess. We'll just go on with this. Just trying to get some things lined up so I can show y'all something. Sorry. So, anyhow, you take it, your needle with its ridiculously small eye. It's just essential oil that I sprayed on my fingers with some water. It's actually the spray I use for my skin and hair, but the oil will help a little bit keep it together. And that's really important if you're trying to put it through a needle. And see, it doesn't fray as much. Can you? I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to lean out because it's darker behind me, so y'all could see better. Whether you can or not. See, I don't think. Yeah, I'm right. See, it's flat. So one day I'll have this all together, I promise. Until then, it's okay if you laugh. Laughter is amazingly good for you. Okay, so I swear this is the part that everybody tries to explain. Okay, okay, okay. It's through the needle. And now you just... Uh-oh. I messed up. Hold on. I messed that up because one of the little tiny braided pieces did not go through. And might have something to do with the fact it's shorter than the rest, which I don't think you can see from here, but it's shorter on this side. Yeah, that was so helpful, I know. If I told you, just laugh. It's better to laugh than get frustrated, because eventually you get good at it. I mean, you gotta see me the first 100 times I tried to do this. I know a lot of people think that it's difficult, and it can be at first, but my best suggestion is if you want to learn, don't give up. It is definitely something I think more people should embrace and look into. Uh, I'm terribly sorry. It usually doesn't take me this long. I guess talking makes it a little more difficult. But we're gonna get it. I'd already put freaking oil on it, so I'm not trying to lick it. And obviously, anything will work. But definitely, no. That end's gonna have to come off before it'll work with the needle that small. It's gotta be straight. That string does not seem to be straight at the end. I guess I cut it funny the last time. So, scissors. We're gonna take a little bit of the string, fold it over. We're gonna hold it, and we're gonna close it, and we're gonna hold it firm and cut. Okay. That one definitely does not look nearly as crooked. It might help if I got a new needle too. When you see them go crooked like that, it's usually a good sign that the eye is probably a little bent too. And it is. But I will use my needles until they break. Now, this one might be a little too bent at the top. I might be struggling for no reason. Maybe we need to get a different needle. That's okay. I'll find another small needle. Oh, yeah. That one? Are you a good one? Oh, your eye's a good one. Cross our fingers this one works. That I don't drop any of the needles. Because they're really small and you don't want to find one by accident. They're not fun to find by accident. So let's see if we can do this. I know there are videos of me stringing a small needle. Like I said, don't overthink it usually. Make sure your end of your string you fray out a little bit. No monofilaments. And ta-da! Was just the hole on the other one was a little bent. But yeah, this is why I say you use a multi-filament. And you have to flatten the top. You see how that kind of zips through? You hear that. It, and it'll stay. You don't even have to tie the string. You tend to pull and wrestle it through the hole some. And because it's such a small eye, the string squishes. The string is actually wider than it, but because it is, like I said, it's holding that thing. You can hear it. So it works really good for weaving, because majority of your tiny beads will fit on that, and you just kind of gently pull them down. So we're gonna, I'm not making anything particularly, but I will show you what I mean. I'm gonna grab a couple of the, oh, I have tinier beads actually, tinier whole beads. We're gonna do it with one of the super tiny red beads, and it goes through. And then I can pull it down and come in from another direction. And this is where the weaving comes in, and should go all the way back through. Now, majority of people don't try to weave with the super tiny beads, but there are some of us who are. And then, see, it's through both sides. That little bead's holding it in a circle. And this is why, if you're going to be working with little tiny beads, you really need at least a 12 gauge needle. Don't go any lower than a 12 gauge, because the lower you go in the gauges in a needle, the bigger the needle gets. This is a 12 gauge. This is, I don't know if you can tell. This is a 10 gauge. Maybe you can. But there's a difference in size. And that little difference in size makes a big difference in what you can create. And this larger needle is a 10 gauge. Now, I'm gonna go back to the 12 gauge when I go to show y'all on this how to let's see where it is again, because yeah. Oh yeah, right there. That's where I'm going to end up putting an earring hook, and I'm going to make another one completely, just hopefully I can find a way to put the camera at an angle so I can get through the full thing. And I did do a 10-minute video on how to do the inside and explain the count, because that's really important to understand. So if you're interested in learning how to do things like this, there is a video from Tuesday. No, I put it up. Yeah, I put it up Tuesday. It was supposed to go up Monday. Put it up Tuesday, and it's a 10-minute video showing a bit of that and how to get it through. But I used bigger beads on this one instead of doing the smaller woven beads like I normally do. So we're going to do another one of those, and we're going to put the streamers on them and use crystals and stuff like that. Now, bigger needles, if you're doing simple strands, which would mean a singular strand, which you can put simple strands, do a simple strand, and then make something more complex. Things like this turtle, and I think I'm holding the turtle's head. Just trying to swim with the other beads. So, see, that's, told you, my nails get in the way. I will be hunting down my file and hopefully doing some nail shortening at some point. But you see how pretty big the holes are in those. Things like that, you don't really need to stress a smaller needle. So you can use a 10 gauge needle. I've never used a needle bigger than a 10 gauge to do to make jewelry, unless I was actually doing some sort of woven fabric jewelry, like making friendship bracelets, which seriously I do with a needle, but I also don't. A lot of people say, whoops. A lot of people, you know, macrame or whatever. Sometimes I like to do the macrame with a little bit of weaving. I use a board paddle for that because it's just weighty and it makes it easier for me instead of using a little loom. Thank you. Good to see you. So, and the stone beads too. I absolutely love, well, I'm going to show you this because I think I can show you this one. That's coral. That's jasper. These are actually just some pretty little glass beads. We're going this way. These are made of, just went out my head. They're stone. And these little disc ones, oh yeah, my nails get in the way. That's what I was trying to show them in the thing. I definitely need to cut my nails or file them down. Definitely. So we'll get on to some other tools that are really good to know about. These are wire snips. These are jewelry wire snips. Why do I have wire snips? Because I'm known to make my own rings for jewelry. I made these. I have dowels and I wrap them around the dowel. And so I can, and copper is the best thing to make them out of, because copper you can play with and it'll stiffen it up and it'll make strong rings. Now, you don't just have to use the red copper, the straight up copper. You can use colored copper too. These are not copper. I don't remember what these are, but these purple ones, that's purple, and they are copper coated purple. I'm trying. These are stainless steel. These ones I use for other things, but actually I do think the ones at the top, the ones that are golden at the top, are actually copper centered. And that's another reason why I need to get more of these, because not having those is why I have a plate full of beads on my desk now, which I don't think I've not had a plate of beads on my desk in 20 years. It's time to do something about it, pretty much. Well, at least they came back. When I'm making dream catchers and stuff, I use these because they make it easier to weave the strings inside of smaller ones because I do make smaller ones. Hold on. I know what to show you. I think I just threw something. Maybe, maybe not. I have no idea where they're at. That's shocking. Throwing everything. I was wrong. I have no idea where they're at. I was trying to find the little dream catcher wreaths I made. And I think my daughter knows where they are. That's cool. I like the copper better. It just seems to work better for me. And I like the fact that the more you play with the copper, the tougher it gets. And I usually use them for when I'm making dream catchers and stuff, so it definitely makes it better. I have to be careful about what I use. I'm actually allergic to a lot of the metals and stuff, so I work with what I can. And the gold ones, the tiny gold ones, are some sort of hypoallergenic, and this stuff was hard to turn into the rings, but I got it right, or I got them into rings, so I was like, yay, proud of that. So, and I did use some in some jewelry that worked really well. Like, I did some metal earrings, and they really look good. And I used my own rings for those. And I was pretty proud of it. Okay, obviously, snips important for doing all kind of things. So, you want to tell people what you do? Fairly certain. Truth Matters knows way more about bending metal than I do. She's done some gorgeous work. Oh gosh, this needle now is being a pain in the boot. The boot, yeah, it's being a pain in the boot. I don't know what I just did. I think I just made a big circle again. Whoops. I was trying to put it up so I can move on. But yeah. I have a few videos on Facebook. I'm good. Apparently, I'm just making messes left and right. Assist a kid!
Desiree!
I need my assistant kid. She's probably the one who knows where the dream catcher wreaths are. They're small. I need the dream catcher wreaths, and I think they're over there.
Dream catcher wreaths?
The tiny things?
No, they're wands and sticks.
With the flowers. They're not up there. They're over there. I know they're over there. I know you put them over there. I just wasn't sure where you put them over there.
Here you go, Mom.
Thank you. Okay, so Dreamcatcher wreaths. These are one of my proudest moments, believe it or not. And this is what I use the needles for. It's just easier to weave the Dreamcatcher part with the needles. No, I said boot, not boob. Until just now, then I said it. But yeah. But as you can see, I actually have some that I made the petals myself. And that was fun. This one, I had some petals and I needed some sheer petals, so I took some sheer fabric and I made the petals. I cut silk flowers apart to make the petals that are like that, and then I took those and traced it out to make these. So I got sheer petals and I used little decorative roses in the middle. And so that one is blue and pink. And one of the little roses is white. This one's heart-shaped. These I actually have a plan for. There's a... I started these when the day my mom... I was rushing to my mom's side. I didn't get there in time, but to keep me stressed, to keep me kind of calm, started making these. So these are going to some very lovely women who I am related to. And, so they're special. But I'll still show them. But yeah, I need to get some more of these. They were little rings attached to a really tacky something. And I used to buy lots of objects, which means many things in big boxes, to tear apart pretty much and make what I needed to make out of them. Because, A, it's fun, and sometimes you never know what you're going to get. And I like making things that would otherwise be just left. That people were getting frustrated with. And you say, hey, I'll buy it all for blah, blah, blah. And they're like, really? Because they're seriously this close to trashing it all. And they get some money out of it. And you get more stuff to make more stuff with. And it just expands my horizon so much of different things that I can do. And so we definitely appreciate finding lots of things for good prices and being able to get somebody, sometimes other people's frustrations are my joys. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because I'll be looking at something and I'll be asked, what are you going to do with it? I don't know yet, but it'll be something. And it always turns out pretty fun and pretty exciting. Yeah, I know who it is. Always know who it is. I'm glad you found one of my lives. on YouTube. I'm trying to do better at getting them more. I don't know what I'm doing though, but I'll figure it out. This one. Had fun making this one. Yellow flowers and leaves on the bottom. It's very cherry. This one has a specific owner too. And I guarantee you if they actually watch this, they'd know it was theirs. They're probably the only one who would actually know which one is theirs. This one I may keep. It's very birthday-y for me. And I do love my birthday. Just want to make sure. But yeah, that's what I use the big needles for, the big eyed needles for. Just figured I would do. Why, thank you. I enjoy repurposing. One day I'm gonna bring it out and get I have to get the resin though, and I can't afford it right now. But when I get the resin, I did a whole crazy table thing, and I just got to put a thin layer of resin on top to keep it good. But it was a layer painting, and it's a tabletop, so that was really fun. It was just an old metal table that the top got broken out of, and I was like, I see you one busted table, and I'm gonna make it into something else. I'm gonna make it into a pretty table. And it was kind of did a kind of a galaxy like thing. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of looks between a stone and a galaxy. It was amazing though. I loved it. But yeah, I definitely have to get everything organized so I can go from one to the other. But when I finish the shop and I'm able to get, like I said, a window unit for a small window unit for the window and a space heater, I'll be able to lock myself in there and work and just be with the flow, and do this all day long, show people different things. So that's my plan. It's just taken a while because summer got hot, and that concrete shed gets really hot in the summertime. And I was like, I can't finish it in this heat. But now the weather's cooling down, so I should be able to at least get the ceiling of the walls and the floor finished. Because I've been doing it by myself. So it's really not going to take much time once I get in there and get started again. I just got to get Desiree or somebody to move all the stuff that got put in there when we were cleaning out of under the carport. Things just get shuffled. We're trying to organize everything, so everything's getting moved around, and it is how I organize things. Things go from one place to the other, to the other, and to the other until they find their place, and then they stay there. I don't know why. Gotta shake everything up, I guess. Make sure everything gets a chance to figure out where it wants to be. I don't know. Rachel said something to you. Um, we've been trying to figure out how to get everything so he can put everything down for me on my different websites and stuff like that. And we've been really seriously, we need to get down to making a Facebook strictly for my work and everything. So it's been really kind of chaotic in trying to get everything done and everything handled. But when I start making the signs to put out in my yard, um, the new signs because somebody broke the old ones. It'll be, I'll definitely be going outside and to do the signs and stuff. And hopefully I'll have to figure it out, but I want to be able to, you know, do the signs and be able to have the videos of me doing the signs in case somebody else wants to see how we do the signs for the yard for my work, to let people know, hey, I'm here. So, but yeah, it was just kind of hoping to get some questions or whatever from people who are interested and, you know, show off some tools and some designs of things, because that's what I do. And hopefully soon I'll be starting some classes. So that's what one of the signs is going to be about that goes out front. I'd love to start a fall class for arts and crafts and be able to do it under the carport and just kind of have, you know, other people who are interested be able to come and trying to figure out a good pricing that's not too much, because you know, people got, you know, people want to do things and want to learn, and I try not to be crazy in my pricing for anything because I want people to be able to express themselves and find things that make them joyful. So, and still be able to, you know, make somewhat of a profit, because this is where I make the mistake most time, because I enjoy seeing people happy. But yeah, totally. I am doing how-to videos, and hopefully the sign one will be up Monday. If it's not up Monday, it'll be up Tuesday. It's just trying to get everything organized. I do have an 8-year-old, so things can get kind of chaotic. And if he wants to be, oh, I want to be in center of attention, it's really hard to keep him from flocking to me like a little moth to a flame because there's a camera, and he's like, Mommy's on live. He's my ham. But he's not coming on live. He's not going to be on any video I put on YouTube, TikTok, anything. Because he's not a part of what I do. He is my child. And I just do not think it's safe to put children all over the internet. Okay. Good to know. I miss a lot of things. It's been a really chaotic year since the 6th day of the year. So, trying to get through everything, trying to get everything and just keep going forward. So, you know. But yeah, I think that's all there really is for today to show, and just wanted to let everybody know. If you have any questions, any comments, like, share. There's videos. There's lots of little videos, like 1-minute videos. They're fun. Most of them are goofy. There is some of, there's 2 beating videos down that are, one's 10 minutes and I think the other one's 30 minutes, and the 30-minute one was for bookmarks, and that was the very first video I did 2 years ago. So, I mean, if people want to check out what I do, you can go look there. You can also find me on TikTok using my name, Gabrielle Yvonne Cragg. David, type my name properly in the description, please. Please, not please. I think talking to a small child has made my tongue a little lazy. And my name's how you can find me almost anywhere. Gabrielle Yvonne Cragg. Just like that. And you can find me anywhere you look for me. It should say Summers up here. We are going to be changing everything. If it does say Summers up here, I'm trying to work on getting everything back to my maiden name, which is Cragg. And that says Yvonne, Evon. It's not spelled the same as most people's Yvonne, but most people get it. But until next time, I hope everybody is having an amazing evening, and I hope you have a peaceful weekend. I hope you find joy and happiness. Until next time, this is Gabrielle, and I'm happy to meet you.